As a horror movie connoisseur and a guy that likes werewolf movies, here are two of my favorites and some great recommendations, but you'll hear me talk about them more in October. The Howling and An American Werewolf in London. But also, if you want a great anime recommendation, here is Wolf Children. But then I come across a werewolf movie that doesn't seem like it should be a werewolf movie. This is 2007's Blood and Chocolate. Uh, yeah, I don't. The name alone, Blood and Chocolate, which is a term based off of Steppenwolf, as they say in the movie. It is a werewolf movie, and since I was interested, I picked it up. I should have left it right where I saw it because this movie is, is badly written, not so great directed, with some actors that feel very out of place. And this is supposed to be a werewolf movie titled Blood and Chocolate. Okay? Well, let's see if I can unleash my werewolf form onto this one. They say werewolves can change at any time, so let's do this. Yeah. Huh. This is not what I expected. I'm a lot cuter than I would expect to be. I'm a Bulbasaur. Okay, didn't know that was gonna happen. Well, let's just review the movie and forget that I'm a Bulbasaur now. The movie begins on a flashback of our main character, Vivian, as she's witnessing her family getting murdered. Nothing says good times like a murder. We cut to the magical year of 2007, where Vivian is now a young girl, played by Agnes Brecker, and of course she had to hide being a werewolf while being barked at by a puppy doggy. As it turns out, Vivian is part of a long bloodline of werewolf heritage. What does it mean exactly? I don't know, but she had to be married to a man that she doesn't want to be married to. However, she meets a comic book artist and man named Aiden, who she ends up falling in love with later on in the movie. That part is well established. The werewolf cult is run by a man named Gabriel. Why? Because the archangel's name is Gabriel in mythology and lore. I don't know. But as we see, Gabriel is not the nice motherfucker. He's the meanest motherfucker in this side of the UK, and he wants everybody to know it. But like I said earlier, yeah, Aiden and Vivian end up falling in love, magically in love, but she doesn't tell him that she's a werewolf. Not yet, at least. So when Gabriel finds out, he sends his son Rafe to try and talk down to the hero to try to make him understand it, if it were, tell him that he's not wanted here. But Aiden accidentally kills him with the silver pendant that he has. All I can say to this for the movie is screw you for that kind of execution. Nah, who am I kidding? The execution of the frickin' transformation sequences is a lot worse than expected in this movie. So as you'd expect, when Gabriel finds out that his son Rafe had been killed, it's game over for the humans, but it's game on for wolves. Gabriel almost kills Aiden, but it ends up being saved by Vivian, who he accidentally poisoned with silver, and he realizes, oh crap, I have to save the woman of my life. So he brings her to an abandoned factory that would make films, but she's ended up found by her Aunt Agatha, or whatever that her name is, and she tells her to run. But as luck would have it, even though running, she ends up being captured by Gabriel, who is the evil motherfucker and tells her that humans will die, and she will die because she's in love with a human, and he can't have that. No, seriously, it's a plotline in the movie that Gabriel, who is supposedly Vivian's uncle, wants to have her to make love with. It's that kind of disgusting. Anyways, it stops being a werewolf movie and goes straight into a shootout movie. Why? Because gun, gun, bang, bang, I don't know. I'll admit, though, it's one of the poorly edited, poorly directed, and poorly written action sequences I've ever seen in a movie. Congratulations, movie, you get the middle finger salute. But after Vivian is given a choice between Gabriel and Aiden, she shoots and kills Gabriel because, evil bastard. And so Aiden and Vivian decide to live together while always possibly on the run from everything that's out there trying to kill them. And that is Blood and Chocolate in a nutshell. This is not a good werewolf movie. It's not even a good movie, period. It's confusing and it doesn't know what it wants to be in how to get in the areas. One minute it decides to be about a love story between a werewolf and a human, kind of like Wolf Children is. But also it wants to talk about the lore, mythology, the way of the future. It wants to talk about werewolves. And then the next it becomes like a Punisher movie where it becomes all about revenge and how I can revenge for my son and what I need to do to kill people. If you're a fan of this movie, good for you and more power to you. I just really don't understand it and I just don't get the big idea and what people are trying to do with it. But needless to say, I can kind of accept the idea behind it, even though that idea is sadly very poorly executed in my opinion. So if it were me, I'd recommend these three movies to you people: An American Werewolf in London, Wolf Children, and The Howling. All three of these movies are exceptionally better than the one I've shown you today, because this movie sucks badly. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Join me next time. And also, yes, I do have another Bulbasaur plush, aside from the other one that I've had. And I will see you guys next time for another Lazy Cinema review. And until then...